Hello, my name is Micheline Guerrero, and I am an elementary art teacher. The nature of my classroom is very social, and students have an opportunity to chit-chat while participating in art production. Through observation, when students are communicating with each other, I notice that they're very consumed with the digital age. I often hear them discussing their interests in video games, movies, television programs, and music. The generation of students attending school right now is born digital, which means that from the beginning of their lives they were accustomed to digital information. Considering the idea of a generation full of digital natives, I began to wonder from my observation how much student exposure to digital information matters in scholastic performance.
My action research goal was to determine if children would prove to achieve higher assessment scores from instruction that included digital media than children that were provided instruction without any digital enhancement. The cycles of my action research were set into 2 stages. Cycle 1 was specific to determining if one group of students would score higher than another group based on the instructional materials provided. The focus of the lesson for Cycle 1 was on the artist Jason Messier and the art of mosaic portraiture. The students were separated into 2 groups. Group A was provided with digital materials, and Group B was provided with paper materials. Group A included a narrated slideshow movie, a YouTube clip featuring the artist Jason Messier, and access to the artist's website to view artwork. Group B was provided with only handout resources, including printouts of the slideshow viewed by Group A, and colored prints of artwork the same that were viewed by Group A on the artist's website. Group A and Group B both participated in the same activities, which included a test and a scavenger hunt. The results of the assessment from test and scavenger hunt showed absolutely no difference in learning and shockingly proved an identical average score of 80%.
The results were not what I had hoped to discover. I reflected on why the groups were indistinguishable by performance and determined that, even though the instructional materials were different for each group, the presentations for both groups were rich with auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learning opportunities. One observation that I made during the cycle was that students participating in Group A, the digital group, were very excited for the change in instructional materials. I used this observation as the main focus for Cycle 2.
The concentration of Cycle 2 was to document student satisfaction after they had experienced digital instructional tools. The Cycle 2 participants viewed a short movie about portraits, followed by a quiz and survey. The quiz tested content comprehension, and the survey evaluated the student's opinion about this type of instruction. The median score of the quiz from the cycle was 77% correct. This is very average, but it does not reflect reading comprehension levels and familiarity with this type of assessment. I feel confident that the performance level could be raised from 77% through repetition with this type of instruction and assessment in the future. While I found the median scores for assessment interesting, the main focus of Cycle 2 were the results of the satisfaction survey. The results of the survey were strange in that the answers tended to contradict each other. 60% of participants said that they liked the movie presentation, but 84% desired to learn from video in the future. This indicated that 14% of students answered in a contradicting response, saying that they liked to learn from videos, but not the one they viewed. 77% of participants enjoyed working in the computer lab, but only 38% preferred learning from a computer rather than a teacher. Interpreting this data, I made the conclusion that overall students did like the change in instructional method, but would not want it to fully replace the presence of a teacher. Unfortunately, there was not enough data to determine if satisfaction was or was not a significant factor in student achievement through this cycle.
Aside from my personal interest in incorporating digital media into the curriculum, I found that prior studies in behavioral science support the benefits of digital learning. Brain-based learning theorist Eric Jensen suggests that familiarity, comfort, and student satisfaction are all aspects of learning that make a difference in achievement. Students are comfortable with digital resources and usually enthusiastic when they are incorporated into school curriculum. Implementing digital sources make happy students, and happy students learn better.
The multiple intelligence theory proposed by Howard Gardner advocates that people learn by multiple modes of intelligence, and individuals may favor one approach over another. Digital instructional tools may satisfy this theory by providing versatility in instruction. Digital instruction has the potential to provide an opportunity for students to learn by seeing, hearing, interacting, and touching, whereas some traditional tools might only focus on one learning method at a time. Students that learn through many modes of intelligence have a greater chance of retaining information. I believe that my action research was a step towards advocating digital technology in the classroom. Unfortunately, the results of my experiment did not determine concrete evidence either supporting or refuting the use of digital instructional materials. Research is a journey. The most exciting thing for me is that I have opened up the doors to consider further insight about the way students learn in a digital age.